Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. This reading will be for Aries. This is for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus for the month of March 2019. For those of you who have stuck by me and supported me, thank you. I really appreciated that you are still here. I've had a very challenging past several months, but things are still going. I'm still here, and you are too, obviously, so thank you for that. So this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. We're just going to look at the general energies for Aries. I've already shuffled the cards. If anything comes out about relationships, we'll pull it. If anything comes out about money, we'll pull it. So let's just see where we are. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus for the month of March 2019. We have the Major Arcana, the Empress. We have the Four of Wands. And we have the Two of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the King of Cups. So it seems to me that there is a choice for the Aries to make where they feel caught in the middle. This can be caught in the middle in a family situation, dispute, or discussion. It can be something as simple as where to have the next family party or who will cook what particular meal, to really being caught in the middle of a family discussion or argument, a work discussion or argument, or caught in the middle between two different people. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that they're intimate partners or lovers, but the Aries is being pulled in two different directions. If this is in particular with a love situation, they may have opened themselves up to be in a situation where they have to choose between two different people, or someone is choosing between taking them on as a partner, or even an employee, or someone else. There's just some confusion around choices. What's the best course of action? What's the best way to go? And the Aries isn't sure what is the best thing for them to do right now in life. They could be relying a little bit too much on the past, or things that they've done in the past, things that have worked in the past, or even actions that they've taken in the past that seem to work. But it seems to me like time has moved on, conditions have moved on, conditions have changed, people have changed, and maybe that Aries is relying too much on what was, or even what could have been, versus what they have in front of them right now. There can also be some nostalgia around this, them wanting to go back and recapture a time from their past when they felt more attractive, or more appealing, or even more successful. There's also something here in general around fatigue, being tired, and not having the energy to fight, which seems to be even not their style. That they're just not in the mood to argue, they're not in the mood really for disagreements. They can also be in a situation where they're separated from a friend who they had an argument or a disagreement with, or even a fight with, a dispute, and they don't know how to get back. They don't know how to gain ground in this area. They've only lost ground. So the Aries is feeling like they've lost some ground. On the other side of this, there can be a group of Aries who have fought for something that they believed in. It could be a type of conviction. They stood their ground, they fought for something they believed in their heart and soul, and now they're winning what they wanted. That could be a person, that can even be a job promotion, or an apartment, or whatever. but they're winning something that they wanted. They're winning something that they desired. That causes them to have a better future. That causes them to solidify their future. That causes them to solidify where they live, uh, and have more stability in their everyday life. In their everyday life. Let's see what else is coming through for Aries. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have an Ace of Clubs here, and we have the Four of Cups. So again, there is something that's solidifying the future here with this Ten of Pentacles, and then there is this element of getting what they wanted or what they want, what they desired with this Ace of Clubs. But with the Four of Cups here, this is coming across more like, yeah, what's now the next challenge, because you've overcome this situation or condition, but now what? So I'm getting, now what? What's the next step? So and with fatigue, so just to give an example and not to turn anybody off of where this is going, for the Aries, what if you were fighting to get an apartment, or to find an apartment, then you find an apartment, then you realize, okay, now I have to move everything, I have to find a mover, I have to, flip the bill for this. That's what this is feeling like here with this Four of Cups. There's still work to be done, and maybe the Aries is a bit tired of not move for this extra work that's coming out of this gain or coming out of this benefit. Let's go ahead and pull a few other cards just to see finally where this is going to land at. We have the Actor. This is Leo Gemini energy. Yeah, so it could be where the Aries was in a situation where they had to wear many hats. They had to play the game in a way. They may have felt like they were being, in some respects, inauthentic, and now, or maybe they had to bend a little bit too much, or felt like they were even kissing ass a bit, and now they might be going back over how they gained this or how they won this, and feeling a bit like they may have compromised themselves in some way with this Four of Cups. But in any case, they got the job done. Or this could be someone who did this with Aries. So back to that scenario where the Aries was trying to choose between two different people, and then they chose one of the people for whatever reason, maybe because they found them more stable financially or more attractive. I don't know. It would be different for each Aries in that situation. And then after they get with the person, they see the person how they really are with this Four of Cups, they may realize that the person put on a show and that the person was not very authentic. Finding out the reality of something like this can also be an issue right now. So what would be the final advice for an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? What can they finally be told? And I'm going to go ahead and pull a good tarot for your final message. I'm going to read the message out for you because I do love those cards. So what's the final advice for an Aries? We have the King of Cups again. We already have the King of Cups, so this is just a confirmation. It's on the same line, by the way. We have the Nine of Swords. And finally, we have the Two of Swords right under the Two of Pentacles. So there is still this deciding, having to make up their mind on what they want. And they can't really seem to be clear in what they want. And maybe feeling like they don't want anything. They don't want to have, instead of having to make the choice, they will just keep the status quo and stay where they are. Because it might just be easier than having to change, or change too much, change up something. They're just not in the mood. But it's still worrying them. So what's the final advice for Aries? I'm going to go ahead and read out a card for you. Let's see what we have. We have the Messenger of Water. I don't know why we keep getting all these water cards here. I don't read reversal, guys. So what do we have for the final message of water for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? Messenger of Water. This is like the Knight of Water. And I know you can't really see this, but let me just show that to you real quick. Messenger of Water is such a beautiful card. Romantic attraction, chivalry, admiration, seeing the best in others, heightened emotional awareness, a call to fall in love with yourself. I need to look for the best in others and honor it even when it seems a challenge to do so. My attractions stem from self-love and a knowledge that I am part of all love, which takes many forms, each exquisite in its own way. I can have what I desire. There is no need for jealousy, anger, resentment, or fear when I am love, and love flows into me powerfully. So I guess we're going to go ahead and leave it there for Aries. I don't know why, but I feel like I should pull a couple more cards after that. Let me go ahead and pull. Let me just pull 3 more because now I'm curious. I have an Aries moon, so I'm very curious. This can also be having to choose between jobs, guys. It can also not have anything to do with people. It can be a lot of job offers coming up. Each have positive aspects, negative aspects, having to look at the pros and cons and still not being able to make up your mind with the 2 of coins and the 2 of swords here. We have the 7 of wands, which we already had here. So this is another repetition on the same line. We're just getting the same energies over and over again now here. We have the 7 of wands twice. So we have the 7 of wands. We have the 9 of cups. And we have the 8 of swords now. Cannot make up your mind. And it doesn't seem like the energy is going to break anytime soon. It might be better to wait this one out, Aries, until your birthday, until the phase of your birthday or the time of your birthday when things will become more clear. And maybe that's why you're feeling this reluctance to make a decision or to make a choice now. What do they say? If you want it bad, you get it bad. So let's go ahead and leave it there for Aries. Take your time. That's all I'm getting out. Take your time. I don't know why that's the final point here. Take your time. And don't exert your energy in worrying about making this decision or choice because you can't make it right now. It's not a good time to do it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. For an Aries, I hope you did enjoy the reading. If you did, hit the thumbs up. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next month. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.